Though he needs no introduction, we have all known him as Professor Dr. S. Pratap Reddy, the chairman of Kruba College of Management, as we have either been his students, colleagues, or friends, or a well-wisher.
प्रोग्राम क्या है? नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट? मेरा एड्रेस है 1 minute.
Chairman, sir.
Unneeded.
Dignitaries, friends, recruiters, students, and alumni across the world, and my past colleagues and present colleagues, Namaste. I am a teacher basically, worked for about 30 years in Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University. At the age of 51, I thought enough is enough. I took voluntary retirement from JNTU, and I was at the crossroads, not knowing what to do. Only thing I know is teaching and teaching management only. That's how, with the help of my wife, Srimati Pushpalata, I ventured into this unknown, never knowing that I was holding a snake in my hands. This journey of 25 years is a tumultuous, topsy-turvy roller coaster ride. I have gone through many problems, but again, with the help of my students, my friends, and recruiters, more so by my wife Pushpa, I could sustain. And I am glad to tell you that Dhruva has produced 2,500 managers. Before that, at JNTU, probably I have produced about 15,000 engineers. And these 15,000 engineers, as well as these 2,500 MBAs, they are all with me. I am just a teacher. Even today, after 49 years, the students of JNTU remember me. And God has been gracious. He has given me more than what I deserve. And Dhruva is sustaining because of the love of my students. And I am indebted to them. Same way, I am indebted to so many friends, so many friends. To start with, Dr. Matthew Monipalli. First time in the country, he has introduced a subject by business communication skills. He is a PhD from Manchester University, UK, in business communications, and he taught for 4 years in the formative years of Dhruva, 95 to 99, and he has lifted the stock of brand of Dhruva. Then came so many people. To name another friend of mine, David J. Sumanth, Professor Emeritus, University of Miami, and his wonderful wife, my sister Chaya, and of course, Vipin Gupta, a famous professor and researcher in the world, and Dr. Ram Subramanian. Like that, so many friends have helped me, have addressed my students. And mind you, they have done this without taking a single pie. And you will wonder, whoever visits Indian School of Business from all over the world, I beg, borrow, steal them. They will come for an hour or two and spend their time with Dhruva students, giving their best. And that way, I am lucky to have Dr. M.R. Rao, Dean Emeritus, Indian School of Business, and many friends like Dr. Rama Velamuri from China, Dr. Badrul Khan from USA, like so many. And I cannot reel out the name because it goes on and on. I don't want to kind of bother you taking those names. But one thing I should tell at this stage and age in life of Dhruva, modern management philosophy, as it is taught even in Ivy League business schools, including Harvard, INSEAD, Stanford or Sloan, or for that matter ISB or IIMs, is just 100 years old or 110 years old. But to me it appears that is kind of bacha philosophy compared to our Indian lore, our history, our heritage goes beyond 10,000 years. For example, motivation. What kind of motivation you can think of? Even Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs is comparable to Panchakosha, or for that matter Gitopadesha by Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Arjuna in the war field, or strategy, or economics, finance, accounts. Is there anything comparable to Chanakya? And dharma, take the sacrifice by Jesus Christ, by Prophet Muhammad, by our Ramaha Vigrahavan Dharma. All these people are models for us. And India is a custodian of all these wonderful messages, wonderful kind of heritage. That is the reason we have established a forum by name Ahimsa, Axis Hyderabad Indian Management Systems Academy, wherein we try to inculcate, bring in the Indian lore, Indian wisdom into MBA curriculum. And we are striving hard to reinvent what is lost in the Indian philosophy. And after all, a manager, a leader manager for that matter, our mission is to co-produce leader managers grounded in ethical profundity and intellectual humility. What is humility? Very interesting. Vidya dadhati vinayam, vinaya dhati patrataha. Knowledge imparts modesty. Through modesty comes eligibility. This eligibility is adhikara. People confuse adhikara with right. My friends, eminent members of the audience, please, there is no word like adhikara in Sanskrit. Adhikara is not right. With the Mughal invasion in 12th century AD, we have borrowed adhikara, the haq from Arabic. But in Indian lore, in Sanskrit, there is no word like adhikara. The adhikara is different. Adhikara is the eligibility. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have got adhikara on the action, not on the fruits of action you derive. That is the beauty of Indian philosophy. And I am trying to concentrate on developing the right brain of the students, so that they will become wonderful human beings. More than anything, the knowledge can be acquired, because in today's millennial world, anybody can Google anything and find out the information. But the information is not important. Please understand why I am standing today at the age of 77. before 15,000 engineers and 2,500 managers and so many recruiters, so many VIP friends, just because of one thing I have given to my students. The words, actions are no comparison to the experiences I have given to my students. I believe in experiences. The experiences I have given to them, they are long lasting. Even after 49, 50 years, people come and tell me, sir, your slogan, your unique selling proposition, don't care, face the brute, has stood me in good stead. They always believe in that. They always develop the questioning mind. Without question, there is no knowledge acquisition. And I always believe in what he said is, to know that you don't know is a great step in knowledge. Shunya, unless you are in vacuum, unless your mind is nil, not full, it cannot receive anything. The more you don't know, more you will urge to know. That is the philosophy with which I try to commend my students to forget about egotism, forget about hampana, and think that they are zero, they are nothing, they don't know anything. By that culture, they would like to learn more and more and more. Even my teachers believe in a teacher is an eternal student. They will try to upgrade by their knowledge year after year after year. In today's world, the knowledge is, half-life of knowledge is ephemeral. Unless you keep learning, you cannot stand before the audience, stand in tune with the changing times. And I have many things to talk to on this occasion, but due to positive time, we have thought of completing it within 1 hour. Because of the technical glitches, it is taking much more time. Probably it may take up to 8:30 p.m. And with this, I conclude my address saying that Anobhadra Kratoyantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. And let us keep our windows and doors open, like Mahatma Gandhi said. Let the knowledge flow in, but let us be firm on our feet in this Indian soil, so that we can withstand Sabka Sunna, Apna Gana. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Every time we hear you, we are all spellbound as an audience. I'm sure the attendees would agree with me. And we feel really proud to be associated with an institute like Dhruva, which is led by somebody like you. Thank you so much, sir. Dhruva has been fortunate to be associated with people of immense knowledge, repute, and charisma. We feel indebted for the immense contribution they have made in making Dhruva a brand it is today. With their valuable input, they have taken Dhruva to a higher level. We are glad to have you all as an integral and inseparable part of Dhruva's family. It is a privilege and honor to have Mr. B.V.R. Mohan Reddy, Executive Chairman, Science Technology, Honorary Member of the Advisory Board of Dhruva, who has been kind enough to share a recorded video message as he conveyed his difficulty in attending this session. I request Mr. Nasir to play the video message on his behalf.
Good evening. Good evening. Congratulations to Dhruva College of Management on completing 25 years and celebrating their silver jubilee. Dr. S. Pratap Reddy Garu, the founder and the chairman, put in relentless amount of effort to create this institution of eminence. His passion, his commitment, and his hard work is reflected into this institution. We wish many more years of success to Dhruva. Thank you.
That was indeed a very thoughtful message from him. May I now call upon Dr. Suman, Professor Emeritus, Miami University, to share a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I wish Dhruva College of Management at least another 50 more years of great progress. These past 25 years have been tremendous. And my friend, Dr. Pratap Reddy, whom I of course will call by first name Pratap, and my sister Pushpa, they have taken upon themselves to build this organization for the benefit of to say a few words this evening at the request of Dr. Pratap Reddy. We are going through some very tumultuous times, especially in the post-pandemic world. There are unique factors affecting enterprises today. With the high-speed global communication and a paradox of cooperation and competitiveness, complexity, uncertainty, shifts in economic demographics, and the global market arena constantly changing and in turbulence with international players added and subtracted constantly. Selective customers who are now not just hiring big companies but small entrepreneurs. While deregulation has been plummeting, the product life cycles have been shrinking, the ecological concern and for sustainable future has been dominating this world. Unfortunately, there still seem to be confused emphasis from the 1970s through the 2000s with conflicting extremes, where the conflicting objectives of companies are facing today include highest customer satisfaction possible both internally and externally, but at competitive prices, lowest manufacturing cycle times possible but with limited financial capital, minimal fixed capital investment and shortest payback periods possible, high employee loyalty in spite of high job security. The shifts in management and leadership focus have significantly changed in the last 20 years, let alone in the last 5 years here in the United States, and I know for sure in India, where I have been privileged to speak just about every other congregation, thanks to Pratap's giving me the opportunity. There are going to be continued chaotic times in the years ahead. In fact, one of the major changes that took place was in '73 when we had an inflection point with the oil embargo. Enterprises changed significantly. Then in 1992, with the advent of the internet, it has changed significantly. And I now predict that what I call it